Hey guys, it's Brido here, and welcome back to our Liverpool Career Mode series. This is episode 8, and in today's episode we have 3 games for you guys, along with also an international offer for a chance to manage an international club. We had that email previously saying that 2 teams might be interested in us, but turns out that was an actual offer from either of those teams. We got our first official offer in the middle of this episode, so I'll leave it to you guys to figure out if we should take the job or not when time comes, when we get to that later on. But in the meantime, though, we're going to start off with our first game of this episode, and that was against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, a matchup between 2 of the top 4 teams at this point. We are behind Chelsea, but we had an opportunity here, if we could win the game, to take 3 points to them and potentially get really close to them in the standings. So you can see that they're starting quite a strong starting 11, including Mario Gomez up front. They bought him from Bayern Munich, and they did sell Fernando Torres to Barcelona. So an interesting move from them, making that change already that early this season. But you can see our side is relatively what you'd expect of our starting 11, the top guys that we have to offer. We decided to go for a real strong squad for this game because I was quite serious about winning this one. Here you can see, though, at the 13th minute mark, the first chance goes Chelsea's way. They cross one into the box. We try and clear it. Goes off the Liverpool defender right to Eden Hazard, and he scores the first goal of the game. So an unfortunate one is it's a deflection right to one of very prolific players for Chelsea, and he easily pots that one away. So we're down early in this one, unfortunately. But at the 30th minute mark here, we get a chance from Raheem Sterling coming in from the wing. Takes the shot, and it's right off the crossbar. So a good chance there to get tied up at this point, but we're just a little bit unlucky there. Here's Asadi coming in. Wrong-footed, but he still gets a good shot off there on Petr Cech. It turns into a corner for us, and Sterling tries to feed that one into the box. Turns out to be not too much for us in a way of chance there. So we move ahead here to around the 45th minute mark where the first half ends. We did control the possession and we had more shots on net, but you can see that Chelsea's game was quite solid in this one, and it really, whenever they went up the field, they had a lot of the opportunity, and it felt dangerous as well. Whereas we had the one good chance from Sterling at the 30-minute mark, the rest of our opportunities were very limited, and they're from outside the box. We weren't able to penetrate inside to the box and try and get some really nice opportunities going our way. You can see there at the 51st minute mark, we get a deflected shot, but Petr Cech is up to the challenge once again. Daniel Sturridge at the 54-minute mark takes a shot off, hits the post. We run it out for a corner here, though. Off the corner, Eden Hazard has a chance here to cross one in, and he does a pretty nice cross here. We're able to clear it out. But off that, the header goes right back to John Terry, and he's able to ground that one in off the volley. Another goal that's kind of, circumstantial, but still we have to accept the fact that the chances weren't really going our way thus far, and we really had to put the pressure on offensively. We wanted to get back into this game. So at the 57-minute mark here, we're working the ball around a little bit, trying to see if we can get an opportunity. Alaba from the left-back position is all the way up the field, has a chance there to get the game to a 2-1 game rather than a 2-0 game. He isn't able to do it, though, at that point. We make a quick change there, just trying to switch things up a little bit. Still getting opportunities, still getting chances, and actually controlling most of the possession, but most of our chances were just going wide of the net. We bring on Pacheco there, trying to change things up, try and bring on a little bit more of an offensive threat, taking off Allen at that point. We're now at the 88th minute mark here, so trying to work the ball around a little bit. Lucas Leiva takes the shot off, but a nice save by Cech there as well. So good saves by him in this game. He did a great job overall. And off the corner here, we get another opportunity, but it just goes wide. And we get one more chance at extra time to see if we can at least claw one goal back. But it's cleared by the Chelsea players, and that is the end of the game, unfortunately. So we do lose against Chelsea. That's our second loss of the season. Our first one came against Manchester City. So a chance for us to get closer up the table turns into a loss and 0 points, which is a setback at this point. There you can see the possession was quite well in our favor, and we did have one more shot on net, but all of that doesn't matter because it was still a 2-0 win for Chelsea and a loss for us at that point. There you can see the other standings from the day. Arsenal loses, so that's a positive at least we can take out of that. And besides from that, though, it's tough love, as we're going to have to keep working hard if we want to, get into those Champions League spots. We got a taste of it last episode, but now we're going to have to continue to fight for it because it's not going to be easy to hold on to those constantly. So after our Chelsea game, we moved on to a game against Newcastle United, who have had quite a good start to the season thus far. They're sitting around 8th or so in the table. We are higher than them, but if we did lose this game, that would mean that they would get very close to us again in the table, which is what we did not want, especially after losing to Chelsea. A win, though, would mean that we keep pace with the top guys in the league, and potentially keep ourselves not too far away from those Champions League spots. So an important game once again to take these guys on. As you can see, we did make some changes to the lineup to keep things fresh and also give other people an opportunity to play. We bring on Shelvey and Henderson in the middle. Deulofeu gets a start on the wing, and on the back there you can see Sacco and Johnson get the starts as well. So some simple changes just to keep the team fresh. We wanted to, start a tough side, but at the same time mix it up a little bit as well after a loss against Chelsea. Give some other players a chance to play. You can see Newcastle's lineup quite formidable, but still not as tough a challenge as Chelsea's were. And here the first chance for us came around the 3-minute mark here. We were able to cross it into the box. It's headed away by the Newcastle player. But Henderson heads it to Deulofeu. He chests it down, hits the shot off, and gets a nice goal there to start the game. It's a simple one, but he didn't have much space, and he was able to make it work as we get the early goal here. Not too far into the game. Nice one by him, and that's his second goal and his second start in succession. So good little role of play from Deulofeu at this point. Starting to click on the team, which is nice. You can see a couple opportunities here for Newcastle to tie the game up early. None of these chances hit the net, but they were still opportunities for Newcastle to get a goal early on. And there's Cisse's first chance on Leno, a nice save and a nice double save from him there as they're able to clear the ball out. So Newcastle started really trying to make opportunities happen after our first early goal of the game. There's Sacco with a nice block, could have been a goal against us, but just a corner, which is always nice. Blocking the shots instead of making the goaltender having to save them. Here's a volley shot from the player there from Newcastle, but again goes wide, so not an extremely challenging one here. Here's Barini though with an opportunity on the cross. He just isn't able to get a shot off as it's a bad touch on, and it goes right to Krul there. There's a chance for Asadi, but not that great of an opportunity either. So we end the first half, we had a nice first goal to start it off, but then Newcastle really started creating their own opportunities. We did come back by the end of the half, getting a couple of our own, but in the end it was quite a close first half. We did control the possession a bit, but still Newcastle were really testing us and trying to get back into this game at this point. Here's Deulofeu with an opportunity. It gets blocked off Colaccini's leg, and the play leads to a corner for us, but I haven't had much success on the corners thus far this season, and I wanted to run this by you a little bit as well. I wanted to get your opinions on what's the best way to go about getting your corners on net, because a lot of the opportunities seem like they're headed shots like this one, similar to Sacco, where they just go flying over the net. Is that really dependent on what type of players you're choosing as your center back? So they really have to be high talent to be able to pull those shots off, or is it more or less where you position it in the box to make the opportunities more apparent and more abundant for your team? Let me know in the comments below, because that's something I'd like to work on and get better at overall. Here you can see it's the end of the game though. We actually win this one 1-0. So not an extremely eventful game. We get the early goal, which was a positive for us, but at the same time as well, it was a close game, and Newcastle very well could have got themselves back in this one with 11 shots there, quite a few. We did control most of the play, but at the same time they were able to rush back up the field and get their own opportunities against us at those points. So after this game, we're going to move on now to what I was talking about beforehand, which was our actual offer for taking on a team internationally. There you can see the international players going out on international duty. A little bit of a mixed bag of who's going out this time around. We're going to advance ahead here, and what you're going to see is we're going to get an email at this point just saying, hey, this team's interested in getting you to sign on as their international manager. I didn't choose to take the job as of yet, and the reason for that is I wanted to run it by you guys. It's Denmark that's offered us the job, which is quite a nice team actually. I like Denmark quite a bit. And they have some good players to work with there. Also, the Liverpool player Daniel Agger's a part of their team as well. And then we got Nicholas Bentner up front, so an interesting one in that. But let me know if you guys like to see us take on this team. I'm pretty excited to take them on, but I want to still get your opinions on that as well. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see Denmark as our team that we take on internationally. Unfortunately for them, they have quite high expectations, and already in the group stage they haven't done that well, so we'd probably be failing in our opportunities to make it to the World Cup, but still be an opportunity for us to see what the whole international scene is all about, and we can definitely get into that to see what we could potentially do. So here you can see it as well. We get a player returns from injury email, which is a godsend. Thank you so much. So we finally get someone back. I thought it might be Suarez, but it is Steven Gerrard coming back. He's still injured. So what we did for this game against Swansea is we kept him on the bench. We didn't want to rush him into the play, but I felt like, okay, if we're in this game and it's not going our way, he will be there just in case on the bench, so we could bring him in with 20 or 30 minutes left. That probably wouldn't re-aggravate his injury, and at the same time too could add a little bit of a vigor to our squad if we needed it, if we were in a tie game at some point. Here you can see as well that we're starting with our alternate kit for this game. The reason for this essentially is that one of you guys wanted to see it in game, and I was kind of waiting to see if we could get a away game where we could use it. The only issue with this one was actually the fact that in this game, Swansea have a white kit, and the top of the purple kit, that is the alternate kit for Liverpool, is white as well. So it isn't the extremely terrible, but you can see it's a little bit of a contrast to colors. So I'm sorry about that, and I'll try in the future to really make sure, if I'm ever going to use this one again, to make sure that both sides have completely contrasting kits, so it doesn't go look bad on the eyes essentially. So as the game starts, we get some good opportunities going our way. There's another one at the 20-minute mark. A nice save by Vorm. Not too much for him to handle, though. At the 34th minute mark, our best chance of the half comes as Barini is able to push off the defender, grab some space for himself. A nice save by Vorm, but Delafeu gets a great chance there to see if he can get a goal for us. Could have been his third in 3 starts, but unfortunately just hits the post. Another chance from Leva just goes wide after the save by Vorm, so we get a corner off that one as well. Shaheen brings the ball into Egger, who tries to get his second header of the season thus far, but isn't able to do it there. And another chance for Shaheen here, taking the shot. It's a deflected one. So you can see we really dominated the play early on in this game, which was a nice feeling after playing 2 games where we didn't control a lot of the play. But we move ahead here to the end of the first half. So as you can see, a lot of chances for us, not very many for Swansea, if at all. And a good start for us away from home. So maybe the third kits are doing ourselves a little bit of good in this one, and you can see the possession is even, but we, like I said, had almost all the opportunities. A couple chances from Swansea, but they were more opportunities that were, going wide and not that challenging to our goalkeeper. Now at the 48th minute mark here, Swansea gets their first chance of the game. A nice opportunity there that just goes wide. I thought that one was going to be in, but unluckily for Swansea and lucky for us, it just goes wide. Another opportunity for Danny Graham there to get a goal, but he isn't able to do it either. So we move ahead to the 65th minute. He's there once again trying to get the header on, but just putting it wide. At this point, we make a triple change. The reason for this, we wanted to bring as much energy and talent to sway it back in our favor. The first half was all us, but the second half was starting to go towards Swansea. We didn't want to lose this game at this point. Now at the 75th minute here, Alaba up from the left back position. Finds Asadi, who does a little spin here. Not extremely proud of the goal, but it's still a goal nonetheless. And that's at the 77 minute mark, a goal by Asadi, and that gets us the 1-0 lead. And yeah, we're able to now have the chance to take this game and take 3 points away from home, which is what we really want to get here. We continue the play going our way though. At the 87th minute here, Lucas Leiva does a nice little pass to Yeşil, who gets a back pass onto Barini. He isn't able to get that one to go though, unfortunately. And that leads to a great opportunity missed. There's Suso with an opportunity to see if he can get his first goal. But again, a good save by Vorm there, as it wasn't that much of a challenge on him. That's the end of the game though, as we do win this one 1-0. A good game overall. We had a lot of chances, but at the same time too, it was a close game as Swansea started coming back in the second half and could have very well taken the game for us. We were able to get most of our shots off and lots of opportunities. Vorm kept the game close though, but we're still able to pull this one away. So with that said, that is the last game of this episode, and I'm going to leave you guys once again with the standings so you can see what's going on for the future. Let me know regarding in the comments if you'd like to see us take over the Denmark job. I'm really excited for that possibility, but I still want to get your guys' opinions on it. Also, tips on the crossing would be, or not crossing, but the corners would be much appreciated. And at the same time too, there you can see that we're now in the 5th position. I'll leave it to the commentators to take it away. Thanks again guys for watching, and next episode will be up relatively soon. Cheers.
With 28 points. In 3rd, Manchester City with 28 points. In 4th, Chelsea with 28 points. In 5th, Liverpool with 27 points. In 6th, Everton with 24 points. In 7th, Arsenal with 24 points. In 8th, Newcastle United with 21 points. Bottom of the table, Reading with 3 points. And then reading up the table, 2nd bottom, West Bromwich Albion with 4 points. 3rd bottom, Southampton with 5 points. 4th bottom, Norwich City with 7 points. 5th bottom, Stoke City with 9 points.